I mean, he wasn't angry enough that he didn't, he used it as propaganda on his own channel. I
No,
don't
with
think
my coverage of the trip, the thing that I uploaded to my channel, you acknowledge that you know this because we've spoken about it. You know that he was angry with what I commented on that interview from my channel, right?
Of course, because it's his job to be like, to like basically like put a good face forward, and like whether like people like that are like I guess what I'm saying is that I don't think it really matters that much that he was offended by that. Like if you were countering in the way that I think anyone should in that situation, he never would have wanted to use your footage on his channel to begin with.
Well, he used like B-roll that was not on my channel. I did not put that on my channel. He used B-roll. Like he used just raw footage. Yeah, of course you can do that. If you're a settler and you do like an interview with Louis Theroux, you can clip out the parts of you talking and the bits that you like and just leave out the rest. But would that be Louis Theroux's fault that they got to do that?
I contacted you and I asked you what is the most substantial pushback that you did with that guy, and then you sent me what you commented on.
Mm-hmm.
So are you telling me that's the most did you not show me the most substantial pushback that you did with him?
I showed you my coverage of it, yeah, where I called him an insane settler who wants to conquer all the land, where he basically has this like equivocation about wanting to deport anyone he considers a jihadist, which, let's face it, would be pretty much all of them. I also spoke about how he was lying about Baruch Goldstein treating Arab doctors.
So this was my position, right? Do you guys remember when I was covering their in real life footage of their trip to Israel, and I was saying like how, because you can equivocate everybody to a jihadist because you're basically saying, oh, the jihadists have to go, but then everyone who is Palestinian or whatever, like they're all like getting all this propaganda into their brains, right? Like this is exactly what I was talking about. He has my position. Good.
And he had in fact refused to treat Arab doctors. I also mentioned how he lied about Baruch Goldstein getting radicalized by the violence.
While you were talking to him. You didn't do any of these things while you were talking to him.
Why? Why does that matter? Why does that matter if I'm going to do commentary for it afterwards?
He was able to use it as like like he used it as like he presented you guys, like obviously he's not going to post anything on his channel that he thinks makes him look remotely bad, and so like you gave him like propaganda basically. Like that's how
did I give him propaganda? He was the one who was he could have just filmed himself saying these things
and not like I don't know, man, like if I was hanging out with somebody who is the like spokesperson for Ben Gavir, I would be like,
okay, Dio, if you say one more cosplay joke, I'm timing you out, okay? All right, it's getting tiring.
Way more on their ass than either of you guys were.
Okay, so you tell me. Well, you tell me that you tell me what. So you think I am not allowed then to just interview someone, let them speak freely, because I'm planning on editing content and doing something with it different from just the raw footage afterwards that pushes my opinion forward.
I think that.
How do I legitimize him?
You asked for it.
I'm a fucking nobody. What are you talking about?
I think with someone like that, because I watched other clips that you guys did. That's why I like came to you. I saw like a bunch of clips, some that were on his channel, and I think a couple of others that were uploaded to the guy who followed you guys around with the camera. I was frankly shocked when I was watching those at like just how much there was of you guys just like
that was for 30 minutes
sitting back and just letting this guy just.
You're also on a thin ice, okay? All right. Any more unhinged statements, and
act like really fucking friendly with you guys, and that's his job. He wants to put like a kind face onto settler violence to begin with. Now, look, do I think that you went into it thinking like I'm gonna give this guy a layup? Like I'm totally like going to make this guy look great. No, I don't think you did, but I think you did fail at something that you should have done. I mean, morally, I look at it like you should have, uh, you had a moral obligation, given how fucking horrible what he is represents, to not challenge him more. Like,
Wait, what the fuck? Like, what does he want Lonerbox to like shout at the settler? Like, does he want Lonerbox to shout at the West Bank settler? Like, way to go on not getting anyone to talk to you ever, I guess. But you know, why did I ever expect lefties to have any kind of social skills whatsoever? Fucking losers.
like the fact that at the end of it all, he like took selfies with you numerous times and whatnot. I like, look,
Are you not allowed to take selfies with Nazis? I'm kidding,
for
kidding.
someone like that, I think that the way that you guys should end things is just like him thinking that you're a dick.
So I should have
And
just
just,
fucking
like,
fought with him and maybe canceled it and end up canceling the fucking trip like
Yeah.
yeah,
half
maybe
the day
I don't
earlier,
know,
or why?
like
So by your logic, just to be
that
clear,
would've
by
been,
your
like, pretty
logic,
awesome.
just to be clear, by your logic, because Louis Theroux is not massively confrontational with people that he talks to. So if Louis Theroux does an interview with a settler and that settler just grabs a few of the clips of them talking, but they just leave out the bits of the documentary that they don't like and put it on their channel and say, look, here's my conversation with Louis Theroux, and then they add some commentary afterwards, does that mean Louis Theroux did propaganda for them?
Dude, we've already.
The answer to that's no. The answer to that is clearly a fucking no. So no, I did not do propaganda for Yishai Fleischer. Yeah, there you go.
I came to you.
Propaganda is not giving pushback, right? Like, obviously, you know, I'm sure there is a debate on whether or not, like, they gave enough pushback or not, right? But you have to kind of establish that first. Like, if you really want to argue on whether or not, like, he did fucking propaganda, at least argue on, like, the substance of the fucking debate, right? Like, did he give any pushback? I mean, I didn't watch it, right? Like, I don't know if he gave any fucking pushback or not, but yeah, I don't know.
And in that Louis Theroux documentary, there are questions that he asks.
I mean, fuck people for having a backspying and for going to and going to, you know, the West Bank to actually interview people, right? Fuck people for going to Israel and actually, you know, caring about what you cover, right? Like, you're so, dude, these people wouldn't last a day in the shoes of people like Lonerbox, who go to Israel in order to cover these issues because they care enough about the issues, because they don't actually care about the issues. They pretend that they care about the issues, but in actuality, they just sit home and jerk themselves off and be champagne terrorists.
Yeah, and you just you just used the exact same answer that you were always going to use, which is the interpretation of the new crowd that you are beholden to. That's all it is. That's all it is. Because again, the only content that I've ever used on my channel with Yishai is me shitting on him. That's my content. That's my product. That's it. He can clip, by the way, he can actually, so even with my commentary, if that was the only thing that was up, he could have actually still just clipped all the raw footage and just taken out my commentary. And apparently I still would have been helping him do propaganda. Like, I understand.
Okay, well, first of all, I don't even think that the extent to which you quote unquote shat on him on your channel, like yes, you definitely went at him way harder than you did when you were talking to him, but like I still don't think,
okay, what should I say? What should I have said that would have made him more responsible?
I was pleased to see you shit on him to the extent that you did, but given who he is, in my opinion, I feel like you
Oh, I just wish you should have reacted harder. Why didn't you react hard enough? Don't you know that there's a genocide going on? Didn't you know that there was a genocide going on? Why haven't you reacted harder?
They never
should have shot harder.
That he is, like, you know, kind of part of the Ben Gvir squad. You didn't put that into perspective.
Like, this is so fucking weird coming from people who doesn't do this kind of thing at all, right? Like, I would understand if you have done any kind of semblance of, like, IRL debating, or anything like that. It's like it's so much harder to confront somebody when you're like staring them in the face, right? I mean, I haven't watched the debate myself, right? But at the same time, I can tell what he's talking about is like bullshit.
I mean, like,
I said that he's a settler who wants to conquer the West Bank and kick out all the Arabs. But because of you, I should have been, oh, by the way, but he also is a Ben Gvir person. What the fuck?
Yes, that's pretty.
And it was in the end, it's disappointing.
I mean, if he said that and he agrees that he said that, like, I mean, that's not an easy thing to say to someone's face, no? Like the thing is that if you said that to someone's face, especially IRL, dude, that's kind of, I mean, yeah, like that is good pushback, no? Is he saying he should react harder because of who he was, but how much does that matter? Like you just focus on the current thing, not his position. It just seems hostile, unproductive. Well, yeah, because the thing is that if you have shouted at him, then why the fuck would he entertain you anymore, right? Like, shouldn't you be trying to have like a longer debate, like a longer form debate? And if you just came off as an unhinged freak, then, you know, that would unironically be doing propaganda for them, because now they just see all Americans as like Jew hating, fucking Jew hating anti-Israel people, right? Like, shouldn't you be showing that you're American, not necessarily American, but like you're like from the West, but you are, because he's British, right? That you're from the West, but you're like more amicable, you're more willing to talk, you're more willing to discuss things, you're more willing to debate, right? Like, and share ideas. So the thing is that like what these lefties are like trying to advocate for is just completely unhinged, right? Like to discourse in general, like just makes no sense. I declared the propaganda sire. This guy is a loner, slaps him with a white glove. Oh, yeah, sure.
To not throw that, well, okay, that's okay. That's
Yeah,
so. Yeah, okay,
I
yes,
think
I
it is.
understand. You're looking for anything. Okay, that's
I
good.
think that
Yeah.
I think that I mean, like, look. My general point here is that I don't think that you were kind of like, you know, either definitely when you were talking to him, but when
You've already conceded. This is like a.
By the way, this is like not this. This isn't really concern trolling, but it's concern trolling without actually pretending to be concerned. It's just trolling, okay? Like, this is just trolling. Because he's saying, oh, you should have reacted harder. You should have reacted harder. You should have done this differently. There's a genocide going on. Like, he's just, like, these people are just completely unserious.
Nothing. This is a nothing objection. We can just move on. This is a nothing objection. Like, by saying, by the way, he's also affiliated with Ben Gvir, even though he supports all the things that Ben Gvir supports and all the things on top of that.
Not a nothing objection.
It is. It's absolutely nothing objection. It's just because every detail. So what if you said that? I could have just been like, oh, but you didn't mention that he lied about treating Arabs, because again, like we both know that I know the history of this conflict better than you do. So I could have easily just picked out little nits to yours as well.
I'll let you.
We use the term concern trolling too much. Okay, I'm just gonna call this trolling then. Okay, bam.
To go on to the next thing. Easy. But it's like saying that it's not substantial. No, that's an extremely substantial. Like the fact that you like, if people like this, I believe that we have a duty to not make them look good in these situations and not have conversations that basically, because that's they want.
No, but like you want to look good when you're being presented to the Israelis, right? Like if footage of the debate is being shown to you know, Israelis, you do actually unironically want to look good, no? Or am I wrong on that? I mean, maybe it's too maybe that's too controversial. Okay, maybe optics is a little bit too controversial, but okay.
To
oh, sorry, he's optics trolling. Okay, he's optics trolling.
Present themselves to the public as just like both reasonable, rational. That's like why at the end of your conversations, like, you know, you guys, I'm not talking about that particular clip that you played, but the last shoot that you guys did, you did another selfie together, and you know, and
dude, we're gonna measure like political effectiveness by how many selfies you do. Is that what we're talking about now? It's just like, oh, you know, two selfies is, you know, just the right amount, but you know, 5 selfies is just way too much, dude. If you're at 5 selfies, you're Israeli propagandist and you're disgusting. Okay, 6 selfies, that's Destiny level. Okay, that's Destiny level type shit. All right. Remember, okay, everything is measured by how many selfies you do with the other side, okay? You
shook on it and he was like, well...
That's the whole pro-Pali is that they have no desire for support. They want to make it more polar and just scream. They don't want real discourse.
Well, I'm glad we could agree to disagree. He says something to that effect. And you make this, like, this fucking murderous, bloodthirsty motherfucker Jesus, look pretty, like, tame and like, just, like... friendly and like somebody that you can like vibe with. It's the same problem that I have with often like a lot of the hangouts that Destiny did with Nick Fuentes. So yeah, it's not you can disagree.
I think he's trying to get in an easy dunk, but is weak and Loner is right to point out the shit quality of the argument. Yeah, he's really trying to. Okay, this is acting. Okay, this is acting. All right. Do you know what this Vadim guy is doing? This Vadim guy is essentially trying to virtue signal to Loner, Henrik Himmler. Oh, sorry, I meant Hassan. Okay, sorry. I don't know why I said Himmler. Okay, I mean Hassan. So then when Hassan watches this, he can go like, you did such a good job. Here you go, some head pats. Oh, pat, pat, pat. Oh, you did such a great job. Oh, look at you. You worked so hard for your position. Oh. That's what this is about, okay? I know what this is about, okay? It's to virtue signal to his own group so then, you know, he can look good. All right. That's what
with it, but it's not an unsubstantial to say that. I think you're just dodging. I think you're deflecting, and it's weak.
What?
Nothing you said there says anything I did was dodging or deflecting or weak.
Why is your name Foodshops and you don't even eat on stream? I was waiting for the mukbang. I have eaten on stream before. I just don't do it often. People find it obnoxious. Daniel has complained before about like you know, food specks on my lips and shit. So you know, I kind of get it.
We both agree that he was angry with my content, with the way that I covered that content. He was angry with my commentary on that interaction. And that's the only Yishai Fleischer related content that I've put up on my channel. That's my content. The raw footage, the B-roll, the stuff that he could have easily clipped out from my commentary that he can use himself, that's his content. My content made him angry, okay? That's it. It's just as well. It's also just as well that like at least with me commenting on people like him, like there are at least like some people in my audience who could be like swayed by that away from positions that they might sympathize with, because I actually know how to talk to these people and you guys don't. But in any case, are you all? You're also aware though. You keep calling this like a propaganda tour. You think meeting Nabil al-Kurd to talk about his situation in Sheikh Jarrah, that would be an Israeli propaganda tour?
That's one moment where you guys were.
It's not one moment. That was like 2 or 3 days we were in the West Bank, and that was just West Bank related stuff. So
I've looked, unless there is a great deal of stuff.
Just remember, guys, the Israelis always do shitty propaganda unless it comes to people that they dislike going to Israel in order to actually do some on-the-ground journalism. Then suddenly it's like not okay. Right? Now suddenly Israeli propaganda is so fucking epic and amazing and like accurate and shit, right? Like all of a sudden out of nowhere, it's like the most effective fucking terrifying propaganda ever. Right? When most of the time people are like blasting Israeli propaganda as nothing but like IDF girls.
That because I've looked at pretty much everything that is on that channel that guy posted, who shot your trip. There's nothing that I've seen there that does not lead me to believe that overall it was
what the
a propaganda trip. And the
propaganda for who? Propaganda for who? The government?
And I'm not saying that you went into it thinking like,
can you imagine if they were actually being paid by Bibi Netanyahu?
Oh, I'm going to do propaganda for Israel.
Yeah, you think I'm a useful idiot. It's fine. You think, yeah, I'm asking you.
To begin with, they would not let you do that to begin with if they did not go in thinking like, we're going to get something pretty good out of this.
They would really. You think the Israeli government wouldn't have let us in if they didn't think they could get something good out of it?
Yes, they
thank you. Listen, Vadim, my good
in.
friend, I love you. Thank you for confirming that you do not know absolute dick about this country that you've been talking about for the last 20 months. What a fucking unbelievably brain dead, tone deaf, disconnected way to approach this entire fucking country. Do you know that like I can go to Israel tomorrow and meet with fucking B'Tselem, who literally want Israel effectively abolished? And I can go to the West Bank with them and talk to fucking Hamas supporters tomorrow if I want to. I can go to fucking Jenin and speak to people who say that they want Israel fucking destroyed and the Jews pushed into the sea. And I could publish all that. And I could go to B'Tselem and talk about how it's apartheid and there's a genocide in Gaza. I could do all that tomorrow if I wanted to. The Israeli government is not going to fucking only let me in. The Israeli.
By the way, by which video did you find me? I'm always curious about where new viewers come from typically? Lunar Lemur.
The government, the Israeli government is not only going to let me in because they think they can get something out of me. What the fucking mental thing to say? You don't know anything about that country. Why are you even talking about it if that's your assumption? Fuck me.
I mean, I would expect you to say all this.
I'm a Destiny viewer and think you got recommended because of the algorithm. Oh, base.
Poor shit, dude. Like, I mean, you've like said a lot of things that are really combination of either like out of touch or lead me to sometimes to think like,
bro, these Hassan simps are so like bad at fucking everything the moment they get on stream and debate somebody. Like, the moment they get on stream and debate something, they sound so horrible. Like, they actually sound like little disgusting delusional fucks. Okay, like, ugh, this guy's get away from me. Ugh. Like who is this guy? Ugh. Fucking ugh. Alright, fucking ugh. Disgusting.
Like you just you know what?
Ugh,
I just
brother. Ugh.
I've had like a lot of conversations.
So guy should have dropped this line of argument like 10 minutes ago and continue this industrialized slaughter argument. Yeah, exactly.
Conversations here that
so
was not prepared to get into, but like, yeah, I just bro, like they're like, would I be able to get into Israel to do all these things? Do you think it would be that I could do that very easily?
Yes, they proved it. I mean,
based on your Twitter history, yeah, what the fuck do you think would happen? What do you think would happen if you went to Israel?
You think that I would be killed by the IDF? I don't know. What are you?
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you what you think, because I know that you don't know anything about this country. But yeah, I just want to see what you think. I'm just curious.
I don't think that I would be allowed into Israel to begin with.
Why not?
Because of the fact that I post things that are very like anti-government. Like I'm completely opposed to their genocide, and like I constantly call out how,
oh my god,
you know, like what insane liars they are. I mean, like,
okay, so look at my so this is, I can tell you what this, so you can look at my main channel, because this is what the security guy looked at when he was interviewing me. Like, one of my videos on my main channel, like, and the more recent ones when I got there,
yeah, no one knows him. Who the fuck are you? Like, do you think that you are like somebody famous or something? Like, dude, who cares?
Was about traveling Israel being full of shit about about denying the Nakba. There was another one about Netanyahu being insanely dishonest when his interview with Lex Fridman. There's a Gaza history video that's literally covered in Palestinian flags. There's a video that he would have scrolled past that was about apartheid in Israel and Palestine. So you think they don't let people in because they criticize the country?
I think that they look at you and they recognize that overall, in spite of any sort of criticisms that you might have, that you overall are like helpful to their project. That
wait, how much do you think they saw of my content? Do you mean the government or the nation as a whole? When you say their project, or they get something out of it?
Yeah, I don't think that either of you would have been invited to Israel.
Who invited us?
I don't know, dude.
You don't know who invited us. You don't know how the trip started. It's probably still on one of Mere Destiny's channels. The whole trip started because we were invited by Sev. It was a Palestinian who lives in Israel was the one who spurred the idea.
Oh no. Oh no! It's over. It's over. It's over.
And then we just started to make connections from there. We just, like, people came in and said, "Oh, I know a guy," because everyone in that region knows a guy. That's also why we met Isawi Frage, who was who.
Yeah, he has to delete his channel now. It's over. You can't get this kind of embarrassment and just like walk away from it. Okay. Like, I'm sorry. This is a level 6 embarrassment. Okay?
His father was murdered in the Kfar Qasim massacre, the Israeli-Palestinian Knesset member. That's why he was one of the interviewees.
No.
That's why we met Mustafa Barghouti, you know, a guy who is very radically against Israel. But you think like the government allowed this to happen because it benefits them? You think Israel would let someone interview Mustafa Barghouti?
Absolutely. After watching Destiny's interview with fucking what's his name, Ilan Levy, where the disagreements that they
don't they love bringing up token minorities as well? Like, don't these like lefties always like bringing up, like, oh, look at this Jewish person, look at this Jew, all right, look how Jewish this person is, and look how much he advocates for Israel. Ow. Look how Jewish this person is, advocating against Israel. Oh.
they had were so fucking tittling, and he like basically like was just like yes anding him the entire fucking time. Yes, I think that was their outlook on it. Whether or not you guys went into it thinking like that's exactly what you were, I don't know. I kind of think maybe you guys were like in the dark about it.
Well, you don't know, so why don't you wait? So you don't. So you don't know. So why don't you ask? Why don't you just ask some questions? It feels like
because I don't completely, like, for one,
you think I'm gonna lie?
Trust everything you have to say.
When have I ever lied to you, Vadim? When have I ever lied to you? Provably.
I don't know, but you say some like really crazy things when it comes to Israel, and
you can
bro, pack it up. Just pack it up. It's over. Pack it up. This guy, the dude. Oh my god, this is actually so embarrassing. I feel embarrassed for him. Okay, like I actually feel embarrassed for him.
You think I say things that are wrong and you disagree with, or you think I'm losing my way or whatever? When have I ever lied to you?
I
hate that combo thing.
I don't think you've lied to me, but you know, there's always a first time.
So why don't you ask and make up your mind? Is there surely okay? Because clearly I've had like this unique access to the fucking devil themselves.
You also would not necessarily know, like I just said. I just entered into this saying like, you very well may not have gone to Israel thinking like, oh, this is how I'm perceived, and this, like this, that, and the other thing. But I genuinely do not believe, from everything that I have read about, like, I mean, they don't.
He haven't read
so
shit. I don't know why he said read. Bro, why did he say, from everything I have read, bitch, you haven't read shit. Okay?
You know, there's so many investigators, or rather like news people, that are not allowed to certain areas and certain like who like I personally would fucking love to go to Israel to look at all this stuff, but I know that I would be like, you know, just like most people that that you and I both know in like we just wouldn't be,
you know, as an American citizen, they probably as an American citizen they're probably not going to check you. That's probably the most likely.
I was not here to debate you, and I'm not prepared to have any conversations with you right now. You've come in.
No, he's running. No, bro is running. It's over.
You've like made yourself clear about this stuff, and I still
he's setting himself
still absolutely hold to the fact that I think that you really did drop the ball with your coverage with fucking Yashel Fleischer, and
then why the frickin' fuck did he confront him? Why the frickin' fuck was he so aggressive? And now he's acting like a bottom bitch.
Like,
Jesus.
You know, like I don't like I did not know I was going to be like roped into this. I like.
It's just that you were saying
you made a claim, so I wanted to give Lonerbox a chance to respond.
It's the fact that you said it was like not far out for Hassan to believe that I was a paid Hasbara propagandist. When you know, but my assumption was like you've seen enough of this to know full well that's an insane thing. That's completely indefensible. But you know, I guess
the reason why.
Dude, this guy is actually so embarrassed. I'm getting severe secondhand embarrassment from this guy. Like, this guy is actually so embarrassing, dude.
I said to begin with that I thought that it was, you know, like not a is because we know that people are paid for like that. That's just not a
but
secret.
you haven't. But you haven't seen those paid propaganda. Like you haven't seen like people.
Dude, is the vegetable still talking? Is this fucking like moving, talking like Muppet of a vegetable still talking? God, dude, see, this is why we're never going to develop good AI, because humans act like robots more than anything else, okay? This is why, dude, robots are literally going to take over. Dude, this guy is, like, retarded.
People who have actually done propaganda content on Israel and compared it to mine, because if you had, you would have no fucking idea.
No,
I understand that it's like to you guys, like I understand that to you guys, like there's very like to you, like there's not really all that much difference between a two-state solution, like a two-state solution is person and fucking Ben Gavir, but like for most people there is.
Do you realize that the reason why I said from the get-go that I don't think that that this was a paid, like that you guys were paid to come here, is because, like, you know, I actually do know, like I have a friend who was paid, or an old friend, an ex-friend who was paid to do one of those propaganda trips. So I do know what that looks like. I don't know. That's not to say that every single one is going to look exactly the same, but I actually did.
Dude, I can't. Dude, there's no way. I had a friend who was paid by Israel to do propaganda. Just stop. Just stop. You're embarrassing yourself so much. Oh my, dude, just please, please. Oh, you're done. You're done.
Think
you're done.
That you were paid to do this. However, I think that it is, like, all I was saying when I was saying that, like, it's not crazy to think that
it is crazy.
Because no, it's not crazy.
Yes, it is.
Because
if you know anything about the conflict, it's fucking insane. Yes, if you knew anything about the conflict and you actually in good faith watched the footage that's up already, you would know. You would know fucking well.
Do you think that people are not paid by Israel to do propaganda?
Not to do what we did. No, 100% no.
Exactly.
What the fuck are you talking about?
That's what I'm fucking saying, dude. I'm saying that's why I am confident in saying that I don't think you.
Confident with that little quivering little voice of yours. Jesus.
Yours was a paid propaganda.
But that's also why it's insane to believe it was.
But to most people, I can understand why they would assume that. And it wouldn't be necessarily like this, like, agree. Why? Because we know that that Israel does pay people for propaganda.
But you also know that they don't pay for what we did. They don't pay for people going to see people from Sheikh Jarrah or people. No, we're not going in circles. It's because you're saying something that doesn't connect. First of all, it's not insane to think that, but you're very confident saying that I wasn't paid.
I think other people, why it would be reasonable for people to assume that what you did was a paid propaganda trip. I think that they're wrong. But why? Why again? Like, oh my God, we're going in this fucking
but you're saying two things at once. One, on the one hand, you're saying you're very confident that it wasn't paid.
Look, dude, we're just gonna go. I've made myself plain about this. I'm not going to say the same thing over and over and over again. If you want to go to like one more thing that you want.
Why is Lil Bro talking as if they're on the same level?
I want to get out there before we wrap this up. I'll hear one more thing out. Each thing kind of seems to take like 5 to 20 minutes. So is there anything else?
No, I think I'm fine.
All right.
This is, dude. Why is he trying to pretend he's the big bro? Oh no.
Okay. All right. Well, great talking to you, man. I'll speak to you another time.
Okay, bye.
Bro, the fact that this guy even has a following is, oh my God, dude, they're so cooked, dude. Like, they're actually so cooked. Oh my God. Dude, the fact that this guy even has a following. Oh my God, dude. Get me out.
I wanted to talk about other things. I just can't be fucked.
Dude, and his little giggle at the end. Oh, Dude, I'm in pain. I'm actually in pain. He had a little tiny little giggle at the end. Let's listen to it again.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, great talking to you, man. I'll speak to you another time.
Okay, bye.
Let's listen to it again.
Speak to you another time.
Okay, bye.
That's not okay. That is not okay, okay? Dude, that's gonna haunt my nightmares. It's horrible. Just putrid shit. The giggle is diabolical. That it is diabolical, okay? Just fuck me, dude. That was so cringe.